Have you ever seen a home that looked beautiful online, had good showings, was in a strong neighborhood, and still didn't get the offer everyone expected? That usually means buyers like the home, but something made them hesitate. And in today's North Atlanta market, that hesitation matters. Sometimes it is not the whole house. Sometimes it is just one strong objection: price compared to condition, a confusing layout, a backyard that looks hard to use, older systems, dark rooms, a smell, road noise, an unfinished basement, or simply too many unanswered questions. Unfortunately, that is what I call the almost perfect home problem. And today I'm going to show you why buyers walk away from homes they actually like and what sellers should identify before they ever go on the market. I'm Irina Averyanov with Keys to North Atlanta, and I help homeowners make strategic selling decisions before the market gives them expensive feedback. Here is the first thing sellers need to understand. Buyers do not average out problems the same way sellers do. A seller may look at the home and think, yes, the kitchen is a little dated, but the backyard is amazing. Or, yes, the carpet should probably be replaced, but the basement is finished. Or, yes, the driveway is steep, but the neighborhood is excellent. And all of that may be true. But buyers do not always process the home that way. Buyers usually ask a different question. Do I feel confident moving forward at this price? And if the answer is not clear, they slow down. They may still like the home, they may even come back for a second showing. But if one concern feels too expensive, too uncertain, or too emotional, they may decide to keep looking. That is why a home can be nice, clean, and well located and still sit. Nice is good, but nice does not automatically create urgency. This matters even more in the current market because buyers are more careful. That does not mean buyers are gone. Homes are still selling in Alpharetta, Milton, Johns Creek, Roswell, Cumming, Suwanee, Woodstock, Canton, Marietta, and throughout North Atlanta. But buyers are comparing harder. They are looking at monthly payment, interest rate, taxes, insurance, HOA fees, commute, school path, condition, repairs, and how much money they will need after closing to bring this house to their liking. So when a buyer sees a home that is almost right, but one thing creates doubt, they may not rush to write an offer. They may say, let's keep this one in mind, or it's nice, but I want to see what else is out there. Or if they reduce the price, maybe we will come back. That is not random. That is feedback. And sellers need to understand those objections before the home goes live. Because once your home hits the market, the first week of buyer behavior becomes market data. And market data can be expensive if you are learning it too late. And here is something I have witnessed several times just in the past month. Some homes were launched very competitively, not recklessly low, not desperate, but priced right at the sharp edge of the realistic value range. And what happened? They created strong demand. They got more showings, they created urgency, and in the end, they still sold around true market value. That is important because competitive pricing does not always mean leaving money on the table. Sometimes it means positioning the home in a way that makes buyers pay attention before they mentally move on. The mistake is when sellers price based on hope, emotion, or what they need to get instead of where buyers are actually responding. In this market, buyers reward clarity. If the price, condition, and presentation all make sense together, the home feels like an opportunity. If one of those pieces feels off, buyers hesitate. The first reasons buyers walk away from a home they like is simple. The price and the condition do not match. This does not mean the home is bad. It may be a very nice home. But if the home is priced like a fully updated move-in ready property, buyers expect it to feel that way. If they walk in and see older carpet, tired paint, dated lighting, original fixtures, worn floors, older windows, and maintenance items that have been pushed off, they feel this mismatch quickly. They may not say this home is overpriced. They may say it's nice, but we would have to do too much. Or, for this price, I expected it to be more updated. Or, I like it, but I'm not sure. That hesitation is the signal. Sometimes the solution is not a full renovation. It may be fresh paint, better lighting, cleaner presentation, new hardware, improved landscaping, small repairs, or a pricing strategy that reflects the condition honestly. The point is this: if your home is priced like it's fully updated, but buyers see projects everywhere, they feel mismatch immediately. And once they feel that mismatch, they either offer less, wait, or move on. The second reason buyers hesitate is layout. This one is hard for sellers because you are used to living in your home. You already know how each room works, but buyers are walking in and trying to imagine their own daily life. They are asking, where would we gather? Where would the kids do homework? Where would guests stay? Where would I work from home? Is there a bedroom on the main level? Does the kitchen connect to the living space? Is the basement actually usable? Is this formal dining room useful for the way we live? Is the primary suite in the right location? Can this home support our life Monday through Friday? A home can have beautiful finishes and still feel confusing if the layout doesn't answer those questions. For sellers, this is where staging and positioning matter. Sometimes the layout is not actually the problem. The problem is that the layout was not explained well. A room may need a clearer purpose. Furniture may need to be rearranged. Photos may need to show how spaces connect. The listing description may need to explain the flexibility. Because if buyers cannot picture how they would live in the home, they often move on to a home that feels easier to understand. The third almost perfect problem is the lot or setting. In North Atlanta, this can show up in several ways. A sloped backyard, a steep driveway, wooded lot, road noise, a small backyard, a retaining wall, drainage concerns, too much shade, no trees at all, a yard that looks private but not usable, or a home that feels too close to the neighbors for the price point. This is important because buyers are not only buying the house, they are buying how the property overall feels. A Milton buyer may value privacy, acreage, and estate presence. An Alpharetta buyer may prioritize convenience and low-maintenance outdoor space. A Johns Creek buyer may care about neighborhood feel, backyard usability, and how the lot works for daily life. A Cumming or Suwanee buyer may compare the lot, the commute, the county, and how much house they are getting for the money. The same feature can be a benefit or an objection depending on the buyer pool and the specific area. A wooded backyard can feel peaceful to one buyer and too dark to another. A large yard can feel amazing to one buyer and like too much maintenance to another. That is why the marketing story matters. If the lot gives privacy, explain the privacy. If it is low maintenance, position it that way. If the outdoor space is best for quiet mornings, wooded views, or entertaining from the back, show it clearly, but do not ignore the likely objection. Plan for it before buyers decide for you. The fifth reason buyers hesitate is uncertainty. Sometimes buyers walk away because something important was not clear. How old is the roof? How old is the HVAC? Was the basement finished properly? Is the stucco synthetic or hard coat? Is there warranty on the stucco? Are there rental restrictions in the HOA? Does the home feed into the school they think it does? Is the backyard part of an easement? Are there drainage concerns? Was that addition permitted? Are there service records? Are there HOA rules that limit fences, rentals, parking, or exterior changes? These questions matter because buyers are trying to reduce risk. Relocation buyers are especially sensitive to this. If someone is moving from another state and trying to choose between Alpharetta, Milton, Johns Creek, Cumming, Suwanee, or Woodstock, they already have a lot to figure out. They are learning the area, they are comparing schools, they are checking commute, they are trying to understand taxes and county lines. So when the house also creates unanswered questions, it can feel like too much. When buyers do not understand something, they often assume risk. And when they assume risk, they either offer less or ask for more or walk away. That is why preparation matters. Before listing, sellers should gather service records, improvement details, HOA documents, disclosures, and any information that helps reduce uncertainty. A clear listing creates confidence. A confusing listing creates hesitation. The biggest mistake sellers make with an almost perfect home is assuming that nice is enough. Nice matters, clean matters, good location matters, but buyers need more than that, especially in this market. They need to understand why this home makes sense at this price in this neighborhood compared to the other homes that they are seeing. Before listing, I want to know, what will buyers have immediately? What will buyers love immediately? What will buyers question? What will buyers compare this home against? What does this active competition look like? What will the photos communicate? What will the first showing feel like? What is the likely objection? Can we fix it? Can we explain it? Should we price for it? Or should we reposition the home so the right buyer understands the value? That is the work that should happen before the home hits the market. Because once buyers start giving feedback, the market is already speaking. And sometimes the feedback is expensive. So how do you solve the almost perfect home? You do not start with random repairs. You start with an audit. I call it a strategic equity audit. The purpose is to look at your home the way buyers will look at it before the home goes live. That includes current competition, recent comparable sales, buyer demand in your specific price range, in your specific area, condition compared to the price, likely buyer objections, prep items worth doing, prep items to skip, marketing story, neighborhood positioning, school path and commute consideration, timing, strategy, and your estimated net. The question is not only what is my home worth? The better question is what would need to be true for buyers to choose my home over the competition? Because right now we started having a pretty good competition in the North Atlanta. That is the difference between guessing and preparing. Let me give you a few examples. A home in Alpharetta may look beautiful, but if buyers are paying a premium for convenience, updates, and lifestyle, they may hesitate if the home feels dated compared to nearby competition. A home in Milton may have privacy and land, but if the marketing doesn't explain the setting estate feel or scarcity, buyers may not fully understand why the home commands a premium. A home in Johns Creek may be in a strong school path and established neighborhood, but if the home has older systems or dated finishes, buyers may compare it to newer or more updated options and pause. A home in Cumming, Suwanee, Woodstock, or Canton may offer more space or newer construction, but buyers may still compare commute, taxes, school path, county, and daily convenience. Every home has a story. The question is whether the story is clear enough for buyers to feel confident. If you are thinking about selling your home in North Atlanta and you want to know how buyers would actually respond to it, text audit to 404-436-2128. I'll prepare a strategic equity audit so you can understand your home's likely value, current competition, buyers' objections, prep opportunities, and positioning before you go on the market. Because the goal is not just to list your home. The goal is to launch with clarity, protect your leverage, and avoid learning the hard way what buyers were thinking all along. I'm Irina Averyanov with Keys to North Atlanta, helping families buy, sell, and relocate with clarity, strategy, and confidence. I'll see you in the next video.